Yeah.
the hook.
Scoot back a little bit. So we're not like halfway across the mat. So this is your pinning leg. And that's why it's important to hook the far glute or hamstring in this case. Because it allows you to rotate and pin here. You don't want to over rotate and expose your back, but you want this to cross the hip and touch the ankle. So this pins and this hooks right in the pit of the hip. And he tries to scoot away. He pulls me with him because this is hooking. He tries to heist up at me, and because this leg is pinning his hip, he can't lift it up off the mat, and I have time to go to work. So we're not going to be attacking the leg in this position. We're going to be transitioning to cross Ashi. So when I transition to cross Ashi, I'm on my 2. I'd like you guys to be on your elbow or up on your hand right here. You can feel the difference when he tries to heist up. When he comes at one of these posts, it's a little easier on my elbow, right? If I'm on my side, now he comes up and starts to get weight on his foot, and I can't do any of the transitions or attacks that I want on this leg. So, easier if you're up on your hand or your elbow. I'm gonna overclasp the Achilles, and I'm gonna go from my 2. So, one post over here, one post over here, hip and hand in this case. I'm gonna send my chest to the sky, so 2, 4. So see how now my hips and my shoulders are facing the mat. This is gonna cross my center line, and I'm gonna put it to my top hip. And now we're in a cross entanglement. As I transition here, I wanna grab the knee like a saddle horn, come back up to my hand, if possible, and get back in the same configuration that I was in with my legs here. So this is hooking, this is pinning. You see how now there's exposure. If I'm looking for like the muscle cutter, if he were to cross his legs right here, there's a submission, cloverleaf. Having this leg up in the air, it's consistent with what we talked about during the last leg lock class, which was high side is really good for exposure. If we're like here and this foot is facing towards the ground, it's very hard for me to expose or get in where I want on the technique. I don't want to be here. This is good for pummeling. This is good for exposure. So